This is Gabe Bach of Texags Radio, and you're listening to the Nick Lott Show on Spreaker Web Radio, presented by ProduceOnWheels.com. Now here's your host, Nick Lott.
Welcome. The Nick Lott Show is on for a Tuesday. College football talk, day after the national championship. I'm going to get into the national championship, other BCS games. Texas Tech quarterback Davis Webb is going to join me over the phone in the next segment, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Nick Lott Show on Spreaker Web Radio, and without further ado, I'll dive into the subject. The matter at hand. And the matter at hand is the national championship last night. It's what everyone's talking about. Florida State beats Auburn 34-31 in the final BCS national championship, as the playoff system will come into play. The top 4 teams in the AP rankings next year will all have a shot at the national title, semifinal games, and then the final game to be played. Not sure where it's going to be played, but it's going to be better. It's what the people wanted. We're finally getting what we've asked for so many years. We all know the flaws in the BCS system. You can't leave it up to a computer, and it's about time that someone finally realizes that. And like I said, Florida State wins 34-31. Jameis Winston, 237 yards and 2 touchdowns. The key play coming with only 13 seconds left on the clock. He throws a touchdown to lift Florida State over the Auburn Tigers. But coming at the beginning of this game, Florida State came out flat. Auburn came out hot. They were firing on all cylinders. Nick Marshall just had wide receivers open down the middle off the play action the whole first half, and he took advantage of that. And, I mean, they still ran the ball a lot with Trey Mason. He had 34 carries for 195 yards and a touchdown, and that touchdown came with about a minute 15 left, and Florida State granted, I think Auburn's defense kind of fell apart down the stretch, but that's what you look for in a Heisman winner. That's what you look for in a national championship quarterback, to do it all as a freshman. He's the only freshman to win the Heisman and national championship in the same year. So congrats to Jameis Winston. Congrats to the Florida State Seminoles. But what Gus Malzahn has done with this Auburn team in just a year to get them to the national championship. I was talking with Davis last night. He said Auburn's been a destiny team all year, and the clock struck midnight on the Cinderella story of the Auburn Tigers. But other BCS games, I mean, UCF beats Baylor. I did not see that one coming. Michigan State, Stanford, that was by far the best game of the bowl season, but I was just so happy that Texas Tech pulled off that win against Arizona State. I mean, they were 16-point underdogs, and they came out and they balled out with help from Davis Webb, Jason Morrow, Eric Ward, and that defense that Tech has was just phenomenal in that game. And but this whole Baylor thing, and they were talking about Art Briles going to Texas. Charlie Strong is going to be Texas's new head coach. He was introduced as their coach, I believe, yesterday or the day before. And it has a bunch of Louisville players upset. Teddy Bridgewater is going to the draft, projected to be number 1 first overall pick by the Texans. Whether the Texans need a quarterback or not, I'm not too sure. I think they need an offensive lineman. I think Jake Matthews would be a great fit down on that offensive line in Houston, because they need somebody, regardless of who their quarterback is. He's pretty much ineffective if he's on his back on third down. So you got to protect the quarterback, so it all starts at the offensive line. They need to get Jake Matthews, in my opinion, but I guess there's a reason I don't work in the Texans front office. But final BCS rankings, final top 25. Florida State number 1, obviously. Auburn stays at 2. Michigan State 3. South Carolina 4. Missouri 5. Oklahoma 6. Alabama 7. Clemson 8. Oregon 9. UCF rounds out the top 10. Stanford 11. Ohio State 12. Baylor 13. LSU 14. Louisville rounds out the top 15. UCLA sneaks in there at 16. Oklahoma State drops to 17. Texas A&M, after their big win over Duke and with Johnny Manziel's help, bumps up to 18. USC 19. Notre Dame 20. Arizona State 21. Wisconsin 22, Duke 23, Vanderbilt 24, and Washington rounds out the top 25. Final AP rankings of the year: Texas Tech gets 14 votes for the top 25, but I mean 8 and 5. There are so many other teams at 9 and 4 and better. So, but good win by the Texas Tech Red Raiders. That'll close out the BCS era. Be right back. When I come back, I will have Davis Webb, Texas Tech true freshman quarterback, on the phone. So hang in there. This is the Nick Lott Show on Spreaker Web Radio. Davis Webb when we return.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Really, Really, Really Bad Dancer.
Mr. Really, really, really bad dancer.
Arms swinging, knees bending, head bobbing, to no particular rhythm. You're either dancing or you have fleas.
Call me the doctor.
As soon as you hit the dance floor, the taunts begin. Is that all you got, playa? Unfortunately, yes, that's all you got.
Pour it on now.
Who's in the house? Some guy who can't dance. That's who's in the house.
You're a star.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Happy Feet, because you really put the oogie in boogie.
Mr. Really, really, really bad dancer.
His charm is so contagious, vaccines have been created for it. Years ago, he built a city out of blocks. Today, over 600,000 people live and work there. He is the only man to ever ace a Rorschach test. Every time he goes for a swim, dolphins appear. Alien abductors have asked him to probe them. If he were to give you directions, you'd never get lost, and you...
Nick Lott Show back on Spreaker Web Radio with Texas Tech true freshman quarterback, Holiday Bowl MVP, whatever you want to call him. I'll just call him Davis Webb. Davis, thank you for your time. How you doing today?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too shabby, not too shabby. It's a little cold in College Station today, but good thing I'm inside.
Yeah, it's a little cold and prosper as well.
Yeah. How are things back home? You enjoying your time with the family?
Yeah, it's been great, to come back and see everybody, because it was my first time away from the family at Christmas and Thanksgiving and everything, so.
Yeah, I bet that's tough, yeah. Let's see, 63% completion percentage, 2,718 yards, 20 touchdowns, 403 yards, 4 TDs, and the offensive MVP in the Holiday Bowl. I mean, dude, your stats are unreal. I think 3 more years under Cliff, you're going to be phenomenal, dude. You're going to shatter records. You're just so unbelievably talented. What are your thoughts on the season? Well, actually, before we get into football questions, let me talk a little bit about this. What do you like about being a student at Texas Tech, and what's your major?
I love being at Texas Tech because, you can't play football forever, so you got to make sure you get your degree and take that part of life seriously. And I'm an ESS major, exercise sports science, and I want to be a college football coach. That's what I want to do with my degree, and, just coach college football after I'm done playing.
Right on, man. Well, talk a little bit about the season. I mean, y'all started out way hotter than a lot of people expected. Y'all got to number 10 in the country at one point, and then kind of stumbled a little bit down the stretch. But talk about the season overall.
It was a positive season, in year one under Coach Kingsbury. We got really hot, as you said. We were 7-0, and no one gave us any really chance. And everybody started to get on our side when we were 7-0, and we lost 5 straight. Everybody disappeared, and it was a rough little stretch for us, but I think everybody that was part of that team, underclassmen, learned from their mistakes, and especially me. And that's what we finished the year strong against Arizona State.
How did competing with Baker Mayfield? I mean, he was a walk-on true freshman. He's transferring now, but and Michael Brewer as well. Y'all had a little quarterback battle going on. How did that make you a better quarterback?
I think competition makes everybody better. If you look at the great ones such as Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, they all had some quarterback controversy while they were in college. Peyton Manning was the fourth quarterback chosen after his true freshman year. There were three guys in front of him, and then Tom Brady had a battle. Drew Henson and assortment of quarterbacks during his career at Michigan. So, if you just keep grinding, keep your head down and keep moving forward, and don't let what outside of the football facility say about you. Just trust in yourself, and you get a chance to do something great if you battle through that adversity and overcome it.
When Baker went down with that knee injury against Kansas, what was going through your mind when Kingsbury said, "All right, Davis, you're up"?
I was just saying, when I get my opportunity, I'm gonna make the most of it. I was pretty determined to go out there and show what I could do. And my first game against Iowa State was a good one. Offense played very well, and I think I did that. I was pretty determined to let Red Raider Nation know what I was about.
Absolutely. What drew you to Tech? Because, I mean, you had other scholarship offers. I think I saw Kentucky and TCU gave you an offer, but what impacted your decision the most to go to Texas Tech and wear the red and black?
A lot of universities took their time to offer me a scholarship, which was great, but the man drew me into Texas Tech when I was in there my sophomore year. I went to a football camp out in Lubbock, and I just loved it from then on. And I told my dad on the way home from that camp, my sophomore year, that I want to be the quarterback at Texas Tech, and he told me better get a lot better. So ever since then, I kind of put in my mind that I was going to try to get an offer from here. When I did, I committed that day because I knew that's where I wanted to go.
Awesome. What's it like playing for Cliff? I mean, he's a young guy. He brings a lot of energy. I'm not going to lie to you. The background on my computer is that chest bump he gave you against West Virginia. What's it like playing for him?
He's a young coach. He's got a lot of passion, a lot of intensity. That's what you want to play for, a guy who cares about the game, and he sure does. And I know everybody on the team would say, they would run to a brick wall for him just because the things he does. He's the first one at the facility at 4 a.m. He's the last one to leave. He's everything you want to coach, and I'm excited to have 3 more years with him.
Awesome, man. And like I said, with 3 more years under that guy, I mean, you saw what he did with Case Keenum at Houston. I mean, look out Graham Harrell and even look out Case Keenum. Like I said, man, you got a ton of talent. I think you're going to do big things at Tech. But one of your big targets this year, obviously, Jace Amaro made the announcement after the bowl game that he was going to go to the NFL. Talk about your relationship with Jace and what you think he'll be able to do at the next level.
Well, Jace is my best friend out in Lubbock. He took me under his wing when I got there. I graduated early. He showed me around, showed me the ropes, told me where to go, where not to go, and ever since then we became best friends, and then we became roommates. Mm-hmm. And him and Kenny Webb are my roommates, and they wrote together in the wing, and it's gonna hurt me as a personal friend to lose Jace up here, but on the field he's incredible. 6'6", 270. He runs a high 4.5. He's a monster out there. You try to put a DB on him. I mean, good luck trying to cover him. Or linebacker, you're too slow to cover him. So he's a mismatch, and he's going to do a lot of good things in the NFL.
Who's a guy that didn't really get a lot of playing time this year that you think will be big for y'all next year?
I think Reginald Davis. I think he's got a chance to do something really good next year. I think he's coming on his freshman year, had a nice couple catches in the Arizona State game. Showed some flashes this year. I think we're gonna hit it hard this offseason. I think everybody's gonna get a chance to get a lot better because we played a lot of young guys this year, and it only gets better with experience. Balin Brown played on the offensive line as a true freshman this year. That's unheard of in a lot of places. Justice Nelson played great at corner this year. Dylan Cantrell played great receiver. DJ and Polite Bray, one fast guy, is going to catch a lot of long balls for the Red Raiders over the next 3 years. So we got a lot of guys who come in and step up, and we're excited for next year.
If there's a game you could replay this season, which one would it be and why?
I mean, good or bad replay?
Either or, man. Just
I would have to say, I think I don't really have any regrets. I played my best, and I gave it everything I got. But, Oklahoma was a close game. I think I battled pretty hard that game. We lost by 8 points. That was tough. And, I wish I had a couple throws back, and, Kansas State can say the same. But, every single game we're going to have a couple bad throws, a couple bad reads. Arizona State game, I had a couple bad reads, a couple bad throws. Just part of it. It's just how you overcome it and how you, go in, just make one bad throw, it's over. You make one good throw, it's over. You got to go on to the next play.
Do you ever stop and think, I'm a true freshman starting at Texas Tech?
I think I started hitting me this off season, kind of like just after the game, just all the seniors telling me, you gotta keep working hard, stay humble and everything, which is great. And then they also said, you were in 8th grade when I stepped on campus at Texas Tech, go stay for your seniors, and that kind of put in perspective, what I did this year. But I got a long way to go, and I'm going to definitely work hard this off season with Coach Dennis and Coach T, and just try to increase my strength, my speed, and try to get better for next year.
Cliff brought in a lot of young guys in this coaching staff, a lot of former players like Trey Haverty and Eric Morris. What's it like playing for guys that have been in that program? They know what that program's about.
Oh, definitely. When I first got recruited here, Coach Covey was on the previous staff, and that's one reason why I chose Tech, because he did everything that I'm trying to do. Be Holiday Bowl MVP. He had a great career at Tech. He did what he did on the field, off the field. It was just something I really looked up to. And then when Coach Kingsbury got hired, then he brought back Coach Haverty, Coach Morris, Coach Smith. I mean, he brought back a lot of guys who really cared about the university. You could tell with recruiting, that's a big impact, because, when you have coaches that really care about the university, who actually been there, been in your shoes, gives them a lot of street credit. And so, it's exciting young staff.
If there's a pro quarterback that you would say you model your game after, who would it be?
My favorite quarterback is by far Tom Brady. Trent Dilfer gave me a compliment last year saying, watching film, it reminds me of young Tom Brady, which is a great compliment, there's no way it's right. But ever since then, I've always loved Tom Brady. I love what he does in the pocket, when he leads, when he's motivated to be the best, determined every play. He plays so much passion. I mean, it's just everything he does. I kind of try to model it, try to put it in my game.
What was your reaction to Dilfer's comment about you?
I thought he was. Honestly, I thought he was talking about somebody else, because I thought he was talking about me. Because that's a great compliment to give somebody. 3-time Super Bowl winner, 2-time MVP. Just 50 touchdowns in a year passing. I mean, he did a lot, and. I think he's got a chance to win another one this year, so we'll see.
Better Heisman quarterback, Jameis or Johnny?
Oh, man. Those guys are both pretty good. Jameis, didn't start off so hot, but, he finished pretty good and, showed a lot that he was going through some adversity and came back at the W for him. So that's a lot of credit to him. But, Johnny, he's really athletic, and he can make some plays with his speed and his arm, and that's a good question. I think they're both really good. The Heisman Trophy winners, so there's not much separating them. They're both pretty good.
All right, Davis. Well, again, I appreciate the time, man. I'll let you go. I know you're with family. I don't want to keep you too long, but work hard this off season, and I hope to see good things next year from you. And we'll keep in touch, all right? We'll keep in touch.
All right, sounds good. Guns up.
All right, man. Take it easy. Thanks again. Davis Webb, Texas Tech quarterback, real nice guy. You can tell he has a good head on his shoulders. That'll pretty much do it for the Nick Lott Show today. Thank you guys for tuning in. And in honor of Davis Webb, what he did to Arizona State, I will close out the show with this song. Y'all have a good Tuesday. It's been a great college football season, guys. I've had a great time talking about it. I'm out for now. Maybe make some shows sometime in the near future, but for now, I'm done. College football is over with. I feel like a part of me is missing. Again, thank you to Davis Webb for joining me. Great guy, like I said, and look to see what he does next year. It's gonna be something awesome. But this has been the Nick Lott Show on Spreaker Web Radio. Thank you for tuning in.